Chris Coghlan stepping in for Florida. James Shields ready to go to work. And here it is, the first pitch of the game tonight. And that's a strike ball, a fastball in around the knees. We are underway right on time at 10 past the hour. It's down 1-1. Coghlan got off to a slow start, but he has been much better lately. His average right now up at 265. And it's down 2-1. There were those who follow the Marlins who thought that perhaps he was wearing that Rookie of the Year, and it turned out to be a little bit more than he wanted to deal with. There's a shot to center, and it's in there, in and out of the glove of B.J. Upton, and Coghlan extends his hitting streak to 11. A double for Coghlan. That's his 9th of the year. Well, if they thought that maybe he was pressing because he was coming off of that Rookie of the Year honor, there's not a lot of pressing going on now. There's a lot of hitting for him.
Yeah, this is a play that B.J. Upton had in his glove. As he hit the ground, it just pops out. Did a nice job of getting to it. He did get the glove on it. Normally we see B.J. make that fantastic play, but that's a tough play. And I was watching Coghlan, by the way, in batting practice today, and he was hitting balls to left center just like that, down softly.
Here's the first baseman, Sanchez, and he shoots it into left field. Coghlan will have to stop at third. He waited to see if that ball was going to get past Peña. It was hit so sharply by Sanchez that it did, and so Coghlan was forced to stop at third.
I wasn't exactly trying to get him over. That was just say, I got a good fastball to hit. I'm going to try to drive him in.
So the Marlins, in the span of a couple of pitches, have a major threat going. First and third with nobody out. And the hitter is their shortstop, Hanley Ramirez. Ramirez 8 out of 19 lifetime against Shields. He goes for the first pitch and skies it deep to center. Upton's back and he makes the catch. The tag at third. Coghlan will score. Sanchez back to first, and Upton covered a lot of territory to run that one down. A sacrifice fly to center.
Well, that's a fantastic play. We've seen that so many times, going over his shoulder like that. This is a little, look like a cutter. It's 87-mile-an-hour cutter, dead center field. And that was a bomb hit, and he tracked it well, picked up the wall, knew exactly where he was, and picks it off. Great play by B.J. And once again, you know, the Marlins kind of taking note what a lot of clubs do against James. They look for the first hard pitch they see before it gets to a changeup count, and they jump on it.
It's Freddie Gonzalez, the skipper of the Florida Ball Club. Jorge Cantu, the DH tonight. Pitch is away. 1 ball, no strikes. Cantu with 45 runs batted in. There's a strike. Off speed, and the count is 1-1. 9-game hitting streak for Cantu. Was line foul. 1-2 and a grab down there. That's why you have those gloves in tow.
Yeah. Father and son both having gloves. Protected mom right there. Picking it off. I like that James has gone right to the changeup the last couple of pitches. He said enough of that, hitting that first hard pitch, I throw.
And a cut and a miss. Cantu out in front, so the changeup against the right-handed hitting Cantu. That is out number 2.
Very nice adjustment by James. Look at this, bottom falling out. It's another outstanding changeup, 3 in a row for the strikeout. What a beauty.
Well, that just makes so much sense because the Marlins came out ready to hit the fastball.
Well, they know what the book is. They know he's got a strikeout changeup. He's pounding the zone with strikes to get ahead and hard stuff to get ahead. Then he goes for a strikeout changeup.
Ugla hits one on the ground to second. Sean Rodriguez with a wide throw, but Carlos gets the tag on Ugla. And Florida settles for one. Rays are coming in to hit. Season long, Tires Plus will be donating $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Tampa Bay Rays home run televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida. Sanchez to start this game for Florida, and John Jaso in the leadoff spot for the Rays. Pitch is upstairs. 1 ball, no strike. So Jaso again back in the leadoff position. He goes after this one and sends a high fly ball toward center field. Ross under it, makes the catch. One away here in the bottom of the first. Jaso followed by Carl Crawford and then Evan Longoria. Peña's over, set up and down the middle. Hank Blaylock, the DH, followed by Rodriguez and Brignac. Here's Carl Crawford. Carl got into the game last night in the 9th inning as a pinch runner and swiped the base. The pitch is a strike on the inside part of the plate. With a looping liner out to short, caught by Ramirez.
Breaking ball out like that. Hanley Ramirez. Take a look at the outfield for the Marlins. Chris Coughlin in left, Cody Ross in center, and Mike Stanton, the rookie, in right field. Around the infield, Wes Helms at third, Hanley Ramirez at shortstop, Dan Ugla at second, and Gabby Sanchez at first, and Ronnie Paulino behind the plate. And this defensive alignment review is brought to you by Sweet Bay. Live fresh for less.
Pitch outside to Evan Longoria. There's a line drive, base hit into left. Solidly hit by Longoria off a fastball. And Evan is aboard.
He's quick down and in right here, fastball. He just drops ahead on that one, gets right through it. Good concentration, good fluid swing. Use the back leg to get through it.
Longoria's been on base now for 29 straight games with that first inning hit tonight.
Yeah, he came in hitting .326.
So the It's good enough for 7th in the league. And here is Carlos Peña. Carlos with 41 runs batted in, 13 homers, and a 186 average. And you know the story on Carlos lately. Takes that pitch down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. No one in the Rays lineup tonight, before tonight, has ever had an at-bat against Sanchez. And Carlos, with his run production numbers, the pace is really amazing when you think about it. He's hitting 186. He's on a pace to hit 35 home runs and drive in 110 runs.
Oh, it is. It's amazing. 13 home runs, 41 RBIs, but only the 186 batting average. So when he does make good contact, it's producing a run, and it's usually out of the ballpark.
Longoria back in there at first.
I think ideally, too, this is a lineup that Joe Madden would probably like to see. Longoria hitting third, Peña fourth, Zobrist, the switch hitter behind Peña. That's a pretty solid 3-4-5.
And that's a ball. So he's up in the count. Peña homered last night. A home run Wednesday, 2 home runs on Tuesday.
Well, you saw last night when Carl Crawford stole second base with 2 outs. Carlos was the winning run at the plate, and Kevin Gregg wanted no part of him. So he pitched around him.
Here's a look at the home run last night in the 2nd inning. And he had that 1-1 pitch a ton to center field off the facing of the batter's eye restaurant just below the windows.
It was a mistake pitch by Cecil. Looked like a cutter up, and Carlos has not missed too many mistakes lately.
Evan back in at first. Florida scored a run in the first on a sacrifice fly by Ramirez. Thrown to first to get Peña from right field. And so the Rays leave a man in the first at the end of an inning, 1-0 Florida. And the top half of inning 2, Cody Ross, the center fielder, will lead off for Florida. Then Mike Stanton, followed by Wes Helms. And the pitch is a strike. Ross at 295. Lifts a popper, short center. Sean Rodriguez from second base to make the catch. One away. Now we'll get a look at the young slugger who's just been called to the big leagues. He was at Jacksonville, the Marlins AA affiliate. Boy, he was hitting up a storm there. He had 52 runs batted in 52 games there.
Yeah, big, strong, powerful body.
And the pitch to him is a strike. Inside, it's almost as if the batter's box isn't big enough to hold him. That's how big he is.
He's a big man, and I like his setup. That slightly open stance, got the back foot fairly close to home plate. He's reminding me right here of Dwight Evans. Hey, there's a good
two.
Nice.
Probably didn't see one that good at Jacksonville.
I don't think so. I think Shields, when he's on, he's got the best changeup in the American League.
2-2. Stanton, just 20 years old, out of California. He was a 3-sport star and had a number of college opportunities. Marlins picked him out of the 07 draft. And a wave and a miss. So the changeup took care of him. 2 outs.
You're right. I mean, he didn't see this in the minor leagues, that's for sure. This is a beautiful changeup once again. Great depth on it. Great arm speed, and the bottom just falls out. And Stanton was way out in front.
2 up, 2 down. Wes Helms with the strike. Fastball around the knees to Helms. A bit off the plate that time. 1-1. Well, the Rays play the 6-game homestand. The Marlins are on a 9-game, 10-day road trip. 2-1. They had 1 game in Philadelphia postponed because of rain, so they divided what turned out to be a pair of games with the Phillies. They played well up there, especially against the Phillies.
The Phillies are scuffling a little bit with the bats right now. They had a matchup yesterday with Josh Johnson and Roy Halladay, and Josh beat him. Randy Gonzalez had to be pleased with that performance. Probably an all-star this year.
2-2. And Helms is out on strikes. So a couple strikeouts. Very good changeups in that inning. We go to the bottom of the second, 1-0. Florida. David Villavicencio, the Marlins expert, go at it tonight during the game. A live chat on FoxSportsFlorida.com. So speak up for your team. Log on to FoxSportsFlorida.com right now. Yeah, that's the online.com version of the Friday.
That is, isn't it?
Ben Zobrist takes a pitch too low. Zobrist followed by Upton and then Blaylock. 2-0. It's a strike around the knees. 2-1.
Well, Jim Joyce will let you know it's a strike, doesn't he?
Yes, he will. That's right.
I hear him all the way up here.
Jim Joyce working the plate tonight. Veteran of 22-plus years. And he's come through all of that, I guess you could call it a controversy of sorts. Ball 4 inside. So Zobrist draws the walk. Team with raised season tickets. Ensure you get the best seats, biggest savings, and all the great benefits, including postseason opportunity. Visit RaysBaseball.com or call 888-FAN-RAYS now. B.J. Upton with Zobrist at first. B.J. shortens on the bat, takes the pitch for a strike.
I just like the actions that B.J.'s having here lately. The last 4 games, you see his numbers. 8 for 14, an RBI and a double, 571. He did have a drag bunt, base hit the other night.
That's a great sign, I think, because if he incorporates that into his game, it could be very important.
Utilize his speed. At least bring the third baseman in, and then he can shoot one right by him. But he's thinking up there. He's thinking situations. I like it.
Well, he's showing signs of embracing all of his abilities and putting them to work. Ground ball shortstop. Ramirez to Ugla and over to first. Sanchez digs it out on a 6-4-3. Hit the ball firmly.
Sure did.
Right to Ramirez.
Right on the nose. Can't guide it. That's a good swing right there. Got a good pitch to hit. He just hit it right at Hanley Ramirez. Easy 2 right there.
Meanwhile, the Yankees are playing host to the Houston Astros tonight. Astros have been playing well in June, winning 8 of their first 10. But the Yankees have jumped out in front. I think Blaylock takes the ball. 1 ball, no strikes. And a roller to the right side. Ugla up with it from second. His throw is in time. So we're through 2. It's 1-0 Florida. Battle your hunger with a special offer from Checkers. Log on to the Rays page at foxsportsflorida.com and click on the Big Buford button for a special offer. Ronnie Polino, the catcher, is going to lead off the third for Florida. The pitch is down. 1 ball, no strikes. Shields making his 7th career appearance against the Marlins. It's 2-1 against him. Picks up a strike there. It's 1-1. Upstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Front.
Nasty.
2-2.
That's just nasty right there. He's got a good off-speed pitch tonight. He's got a good change. Look at that move. That was actually up.
Full count now. By much with a fastball, but down and away from the right-handed hitting catcher. Runner at first with nobody out. Let's check in with Todd Callis.
Dwayne, catching up with Senior Vice President Mark Fernandez. Mark, what about the rest of this series? Rays and the Marlins, what's going on here at Tropicana Field?
Well, besides the Friday Fest tonight, which is always a blast, tomorrow night, of course, is Dirk Bentley, and there's still some tickets left for that. And then Sunday is our usual family fun day, and pretty cool. The first 10,000 kids, 14 or under, get a Jason Bartlett bobblehead. So great stuff.
Great likeness on that Bartlett bobblehead, by the way. Now, Rays go away for a week, and then they're right back with more interleague play. What about the next homestand? What's going on?
Well, we expect to see a ton of families out here now because school's out. And so there's all kinds of opportunity for folks to come out during the week. We just introduced the Select 6-pack. I'll say that again, Select 6-pack. And that starts at only $50, so families can pre-pick those games to come out to. We look forward to seeing a lot of folks out here.
Best way to get a hold of tickets, 888-FAN-RAYS?
888-FAN-RAYS or RaysBaseball.com. And you can still buy prorated season tickets, which will guarantee you postseason rights, which is really important.
Mark, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Likewise. Look forward to seeing everybody at the ballpark. Thanks, Todd.
All right, guys. Mark Fernandez, Senior Vice President, getting ready for a little Rays baseball here during the summer at Tropicana Field. Back to you.
All right, Todd. Well, we've already had a lot of great baseball here and a lot to be played, so there's still time to be a part of the fun here at Tropicana Field. There's Coughlin up here. The count is 1-1.
You know, Paulino took that last pitch like he gets a lot of walks. He's got 5 walks all year. 22 strikeouts coming. He took it like he's Pete Rose up there. You know, I'm seeing the ball so good.
Yeah, and that was a close pitch.
It was.
Down to Coughlin. He laid off a changeup. It's 2-1. Shields right now making his 13th start. Put up his first walk of the game to open the inning, and there's a close pitch and a check by Coughlin. It's now 3-1. So Shields behind. Check this Toyota trend of the game when it comes to James Shields. He's second, and look at what Cliff Lee's doing there in that strikeout to walk ratio. And Shields second to him, and well ahead of Dan Herron, who's third. Ground ball, foul outside of first, and that'll take the count full.
Well, that was so funny to me to see Ronnie Paulino take that. Like Shields walks a lot of guys. He doesn't. You know?
Yeah, he's walking 1.8 hitters every 9 innings.
Yeah, I mean, he's been phenomenal, and it just made me laugh the way Ronnie was that whole at bat, actually, like he was expecting to draw a walk. There was a one guy in the lineup that didn't look like he was really going to swing the bat. Everybody else looks like they're going to jump on the first pitch.
3-2 to Coughlin. Way high, a fastball. So back-to-back walks to start the inning. And boy, this is something, as you can see from the trend we just cited. This is very unusual.
Yeah, you can see how upset James is with himself, and that'll draw Jim Hickey right out of the dugout because those are two big walks with Sanchez coming up and Hanley Ramirez on deck.
You can almost see the reaction from Shields as soon as he released that pitch.
Yeah.
So first and second, nobody out for Sanchez.
Well, if he bunts, I mean, you take the bat out of Hanley's hands. I don't think he's going to bunt myself here in the third inning. And you have the option to walk Hanley if you want, even though Cantu's hitting 288. Cantu just struck out on 3 changeups. So I don't see a bunt here in this situation.
I'm with you. You know, they're on the road. They're leading. It's early. All the reasons that you see them just go for it.
You look for that first good pitch. He's walked 2 guys in a row here and drive it.
But there's the bunt attempt, and it's foul right back over the screen. Strike 1.
Well, different philosophies for different managers. Freddie wants his 2-hitter bunting, and if he does get it down and gets some men over, then it forces Joe Madden to make a decision. But I wouldn't be messing with Hanley myself if I have a double play situation. He just drove a cutter 403 feet away.
Yep.
And BJ saved him.
1 strike count on Sanchez after the foul off the bunt attempt. And he bunts this one. Barehand. Oh, Shields tried to barehand it. It gets by him, and now the bases are loaded. So another source of frustration for Shields. He was thinking because the bunt was a little harder than Sanchez wanted it, that he might have a play at third.
Yeah, he sure was. That's exactly right. You try to make the third baseman field the ball, and James, because of the catcher running, you're right. He's looking up, I think, almost at the same time he's trying to pick the ball. And obviously, you got to make sure you get one out. Now there's nowhere to put Hanley.
Well, they give Sanchez a bunt single.
That's a generous bunt single. That should be
trying to sacrifice. Yeah. Here's Ramirez. Ball in the dirt, blocked by Jaso.
That's a mental and physical mistake by James Shields. Really, if you got to get one out.
So he finds himself in a very difficult spot. Bases loaded, nobody out. Hanley Ramirez at the plate and Cantu on deck. Oh, there goes the bat on a swing and a miss. The bat winds up in the stands well beyond the dugout.
That's called throwing the head of the bat at the ball. I'm telling you, that's some kind of long toss right there. It's about as far as I've seen a bat thrown into the stands beyond the third base dugout. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Look at this fella just to the right of the screen. A refreshment in his left hand. Not a drop went to waste.
Friday night, he was going to make sure he didn't drop that.
He turned his back, protected his refreshment.
He got no work tomorrow. He's going to save it and pick the bat.
Foul ball. So the count goes to 1-2.
Well, Hanley has struck out 32 times coming in. He walked 29. It's about a 1-to-1 ratio.
2 walks and what turned out to be a bunt single to load the bases. Now 1-2 the count on Ramirez. Shoots this one foul and ricocheting down toward the bullpen. Well, he's getting a little hot on that side of the ballpark right now.
You're not kidding. That ball came right into him. You want to throw one of those changeups that is over the plate and just drops down. And you got a chance with the count 1-2 to really make him chase, really force it down. You can even bounce it if you want. He wants to drive these runs in.
And a swing and a miss. He got him. That's exactly what he did with that pitch. A big strikeout of Hanley Ramirez. Here it is.
That's just great thinking right there, because you got a 1-2 count, so if you miss and he doesn't swing at it, so be it. But you got the count in your favor, and when you make it over the heart of the plate and it drops, the hitter tends to swing at it because he wants to drive those runs in.
Well, Ramirez is the first big out. It hit just 228 and then in scoring position for them this year. But here's Cantu, who's hitting 415 with men in scoring position. And he lifts a popper into shallow right. Zobrist is there to make the catch, and the runners will hold. So a big out number 2. Molino, the catcher, wasn't going to try to score. That ball not deep enough into short right.
Yeah, that's just a bluff by Ronnie Paulino. Nice throw, taking nothing for granted by Ben Zobrist. He comes up firing, and he throws a perfect one-hopper, and they would have nailed Paulino by 35 feet.
Well, 2 outs.
Great aggressive play. Take nothing for granted.
And Shields 2/3 of the way of getting out of this spot. Dan Uggla about to step in.
Yeah, you can't exhale yet. This guy's dangerous.
Tied for second in the National League with 14 home runs. Given in 35.
Now he hit the first pitch fastball to second base in the first inning. He's aggressive too. He wants to swing the bat. He struck out 58 times this year.
The pitch a little bit in. Change up to start him. 1 ball, no strikes. Yeah, the Marlins will be aggressive up there. They have a lot of strikeouts in their lineup. And a lot of power.
Yeah, Dan Uggla right there with the National League leaders. 4 guys tied for second.
That's a strike at the knees. 1-1.
Now that's a nice cutter right there. That was paint. This is a good pitch right here. 87 miles an hour. Nice pitch.
And this one low, but it's blocked by Jaso. Change up down. 2-1.
Douglas trying to be patient on that changeup. Still looking hard though. He's got the count in his favor. He's still looking hard stuff.
And a foul ball, and he didn't get it. Didn't get the hard stuff. He got the changeup.
That's good thinking, Wayne, right there, because you know hitters will lull you to thinking, "Oh, I'm looking for your changeup. I've seen your changeup." And you go, "I'll try to sneak a fastball by him." No, stay with your strength. And I don't care if he's looking for it here. If he throws that good changeup, he'll strike him out.
2-2 the count. Here it is. And we got a ball 3.
He elected to go cutter. I mean, I like his changeup here. But now he's got to make a perfect one. But, you know, what's the difference? It's his best pitch. Douglas, similar. He wants to swing a bat and drive those runs in, too. So I come right back to that changeup.
Well, that's what those guys in the middle lineup want to do. So you try to take advantage of how aggressive they can be with men in scoring position.
Well, there's a little disagreement between what Jaso called and what James wants to do. I'm sure one called a cutter and one's thinking changeup. We'll see who did what.
So the bases are loaded. The count has gone to 3-2. 2 outs. Bases were loaded with nobody out. Ramirez struck out on a 1-2 change. Cantu the pop fly to short right. Now 3-2 to Dan Uggla. Time called. The plate umpire granting time with Uggla out of the batter's box. Now Jim Joyce says, let's play ball.
He's still looking hard, I guarantee you.
3-2. Now the pitch. And it's a little low. He threw him a fastball and missed down with it. That's going to force home a run to make it 2-0.
Yeah, he went away from his best pitch when he had the count 2-2. He threw a cutter, then a fastball.
There's 3 walks in this inning.
Take a look. This ball is down from the get-go. Box track says the same. Good velocity on it, but he went away from his out pitch. The last 2 pitches.
Now Cody Ross, the center fielder. Pitch is outside. Breaking ball. A run in the first and a run in the third. Ross popped out his first time. There's a strike on a fastball. And a little more on that fastball as well.
Yeah, he's got good velocity tonight. He's got better alignment. Not as rotational. He got a little rotational his last start or two. His delivery, but he's got better alignment and he's creating a better depth in the changeup and a better fastball.
And it's popped up. Foul ball. Will it stay playable? Peña hustling over, but he can't get there quickly enough. Ball bounding in front of the railing off the front of the Rays dugout. So it's 1-2.
Not enough height. Carlos to get there. There's a lot of room over there getting to that dugout.
So a 1-2 count. Marlins already lead by 2. This turns out to be a very big pitch for Shields. Big hitter here. This is about to be the 30th pitch of the inning. Shields. It's been a long inning. 1-2 pitch. And it's lined into right, a base hit. Sanchez scores. 2 runs will score. So a big base hit there for Cody Ross. That makes it 4-0. It's a 3-run inning.
Yeah, I'm really not sure the last 2 hitters why he went away from his strength. I mean, he had such a great strikeout changeup. And he threw a fastball and it was up and away.
So a 3-run inning. The walks have hurt him. And now it's Stanton. Mike Stanton, the 20-year-old outfielder. Shoots it toward the gap in right center field. That's going to go into the alley and all the way to the wall. He's on his way to third. A big triple chasing home 2 more as Stanton picks up his first triple and his first 2 runs batted in. It's now 6-0.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just not getting the pitch sequence. Another fastball. And this kid just struck out with a changeup, and here's a fastball. And that's why he's up in the big leagues, because he can hit number 1. And he unloads.
Well, all 3 of the walks and the bunt that was intended to be a sacrifice, it turned out to be a base hit. All of those runs have scored, plus 1, a 5-run inning. And here's Wes Helms. Pitch is down. So Mike Stanton driving in his first big league runs with his first extra base hit. It's a triple.
I mean, to me, they're going to have to prove they can hit his changeup before I just start going fastball, fastball, fastball.
And a line drive into left. Crawford's there to catch it on the fastball. Helms is out. They send 9 to the plate, score 5, 6-0 Florida. Updates on the Rays, log on to TampaBay.com. From the diamond to the clubhouse and everywhere in between, you'll get in-depth news, stories, and scores 24 hours a day only at TampaBay.com. Well, for the Rays, it's a game of catch-up now. It comes early. They come in to hit in the bottom of the third. And here's Sean Rodriguez against the right-hander Sanchez.
Yeah, that's a big crooked number up there in the top of the third of 5 spots. So you just got to chip away a couple base runners, a couple at a time.
2-0 the count. A long top half of the third. Rodriguez looks at a strike now. 2-1. Three balls and a strike. Sanchez is out of Venezuela. Marlins got him in the Josh Beckett deal. A pop up, headed straight back and out of play. Full count. They got him and Hanley Ramirez, among others, in that deal.
That's 2 pretty good ones right there. That's one of those deals that worked out for both sides.
Foul ball, count still full. Boston got 5 in the first tonight. They're still hitting in the bottom of the second. They now have an 8-0 lead over the Phils.
And the Phillies are scuffling.
Rodriguez lifts a high fly to right. Stanton toward the line and makes the catch. That's the first out. Reed Brignac's on his way to the plate. And a reminder, you have an opportunity to experience Rays baseball from the all-inclusive Whitney Bank Club. Extraordinary seating and luxurious lounge and dining areas. The Whitney Bank Club features full-scale, upscale menu buffets and inclusive drink options. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or go to RaysBaseball.com to purchase or to get more information. It's a strike to Reed Brignac. One thing about Sanchez that makes him tough, he does not give up a lot of home runs. He's given up only 1 all year. That's a fair ball back at first. Gabby Sanchez grabs it and makes the play unassisted.
Yeah, he really hasn't shown great command yet, but he just kind of lulls you to sleep. He just kind of puts a little on, takes a little off, works both sides of the plate. Fastballs around 90, 91. That was a little slider, by the way, that Brignac hit.
Here's the Rays catcher, John Jaso.
Excuse me.
He's back in the leadoff spot. 1 ball, no strikes. It's a strike call, 1-1. Jaso with a couple games as a catcher leading off. He was the DH in 1 game leading off. He comes in with an on-base percentage of .413. And not altogether unusual to see a catcher in the leadoff spot. You don't see it every day, but we talked about it the other day when he first got to that spot. Jason Kendall spent a good part of the season in the leadoff spot about 5 or 6 years ago. Kurt Suzuki's a guy with Oakland who you'll see.
That's right.
Leading off from time to time.
Yeah, he's hitting 4 now.
Yeah.
He's got 8 home runs.
And the line drive into right. Stanton makes the catch on this line drive to retire the side. 3 up and 3 down. We go to the 4th. 6-0 Florida. Trivia question. Question tonight being, which active starting pitcher has faced the most consecutive hitters without allowing a home run? There you go. We'll get to the answer to that in the bottom of the inning. Molino goes after the first pitch, a fastball, and shoots it through the hole. And boy, Shields has consistently been hurt on the fastball.
Yeah, and it's up, too. It's just not down, at least the last several hitters.
Molino is aboard. It was a long third, over 30 pitches in that inning for Shields. He'd made 56 pitches through 3. And he faces Chris Coghlan again. Coghlan has doubled and walked and has scored twice, extending his hitting streak to 11. And a curveball is in there on the first pitch for a strike. Doesn't seem to be a bad idea once in a while.
Yeah, I like his curve.
We mentioned New York scored 3 in the first at home against Houston. The Astros came back with 2 in the second. They're now hitting in the 4th inning. It's a 3-2 New York lead over Houston. 1-1 the count.
Carlos Lee is finally swinging the bat for the Astros.
And they weren't getting any offense from Lee or Parkman. He'd been banged up as well. Runner takes off. The pitch is low and the throw. One hops in, and Polino steals the base. Well, I think the Marlins feel they have Shields on the run a little bit, and that's the first steal for Polino.
Yeah, just big leg kick, not really worrying about Polino, and he takes advantage of it. No chance for Jaso. Laying a tag on him. That didn't get a whole lot on the ball.
That's the 4th stolen base of Polino's career, as you would expect. 2-2 now to count to Coghlan. He had 1 all of last year, and now he has 1 here tonight. It's fouled toward the bullpen. I think that was Scott Kersey just almost facing that one down. He just put up that big bear claw and knocked it down.
And didn't even move his chart right there. Yep. Didn't bat an eye.
See, that's why Benoit and Bobby Ramos sit behind him. They know that they're well protected.
Yeah, he's got those big hands. Bobby's definitely behind him, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He's, Kersey's just fearless, and Bobby Ramos protecting his profile. It's going to be foul, out of play. That's concentration as well. Nothing disturbs him.
No. Going to be a bullpen game. We know that tonight. Yep. Shields' his pitch counts up there.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count to Coghlan. That takes it the other way, foul. So Coghlan has run this to an 8-pitch at bat so far.
I'll tell you, Polino is just taking his liberties out there. Brainiac snuck in behind him, but he had a huge lead and a huge secondary lead at second base. Take what James Shields will give him.
And a breaking ball, and it's dropped into short left for a base hit. Coughlin's on for the 3rd straight time as Polino goes over to 3rd. It sort of rolled up there, that pitch.
Yeah, the stuff is up the last 4 or 5 hitters here. This ball's just up, way up in the zone. He just puts it in play. That's exactly what I was talking about. That's what he was doing in batting practice, just like that. Just slapping balls to left field, left center.
Well, he's made 10 pitches already in this inning, 9 to Coughlin after a 30-plus pitch inning in the third. Now it's Sanchez. The Rays are going to have to get some action up in the bullpen. Sanchez 2 for 2 tonight. Got credit for a bunt single in the third. And he hits this one a ton back into deep left center field. And boy, that one is out of here. Sanchez hits his 6th home run of the year. There wasn't much question about it when he laid into that one. A 3-run shot. And the Marlins, just like that, make it a 9-0 game.
Yeah, it's another fastball here, first pitch. And it's right in his wheel, trying to go in. But he's got a short, compact swing. And he jumped all over it.
It's Hanley Ramirez. So 3 more runs are in. Strike 1 to Ramirez. 3 runs in, and now you face the middle of the order. Here's Ramirez with an 0-1 count. 1-1. Andy Sonnenstein is throwing in the Rays bullpen now. Center. Zobrist is in line to make the catch, and that is the first out. Well, the Rays over the last couple of years have dominated the series, but the Marlins are out swinging the bats tonight. The Rays had outscored them, winning 12 of the last 14 games, and outscored them 101 to 44. But the Marlins are doing all the scoring right now. Jorge Cantu. And a strike on the outside part of the plate. One and one.
Yeah, for a period of 6 hitters there in the first inning, getting Ramirez after the fly ball. Then 5 hitters actually. Cantu, Ugla, Ross, Stanton, and Helms. He pitched great. He looked like James Shields we've seen all season.
Well, he had 3 strikeouts in that stretch, and they all came on changeups.
Right. And then he got Hanley Ramirez for his 4th strikeout with the bases loaded on a changeup. He got Cantu to pop out on a slider, and then he went completely away from the changeup. He walked Ugla on a fastball. Ross hit a high fastball for a 2-run single. Stanton hit a first pitch fastball for a 2-run triple. You just saw a 3-run home run on the first pitch fastball. So that's something you really got to understand. I mean, he did have pretty good rhythm for a while. The ball was down. I mean, now of course he's taken out of it, and I know he's frustrated. But that's something you got to look at and go, I changed my pitch sequence, and it cost me.
He misses with a fastball up there.
Because I think he had good stuff tonight. I just think the sequencing got changed, and whether he thought maybe they were sitting on his change, so I'll try something else. But when you've got that type of a changeup, you don't have to change it even if they're looking for it. It doesn't matter. They still can't hit it.
20 pitches now in this inning. He's up to 76. This one is foul, carries out of play. Well, the final analysis is the changeup, especially the put-away changeup, is his best pitch. Now, his fastball this year has been, I think, a little better in terms of velocity. He's got a little giddy up on it. They'll tell you that the command needs to be better at times. That's going to drop in there for a base hit. So a looping single inside the line for Cantu. And another hit. It's 4 hits in this inning, 9 in the game. Joe Madden poised to head toward the mound. It's been a difficult outing for James Shields. So there will be a call to the bullpen, brought to you by Metro PCS, wireless for all.
The rest of your bullpen, and he's done a nice job. 3.38 earned run average, 19th appearance.
And he faces Dan Uggla with Cantu at first. 1 on, 1 out. The pitch is a strike around the knees. 3-run home run by Sanchez in the inning. And with 1 out, Cantu looped the base hit up the right field line. One and one. And we've seen some extra base power from the Marlins lineup, as we discussed at the open of the show. They can be aggressive and put some extra base hits together. Little number back to the hill. Sonnenstein to Brignac, 1 and over to first, safe the call. Well, Brignac, a good job right there in the middle, trying to complete the double play, and he had Cantu barreling down on him.
And Uggla was hustling. You got to give him credit too. He was hustling. A little cutter right here off the end of the bat. Got the grip finally. Quick feed, quick turn by Brignac. And it's a good call. Uggla was in there. Nice turn, though, by Reed.
So 2 outs with Uggla at first base, and Cody Ross steps in. Ross drove in a run and scored a run in the 3rd. And there's a strike from Sonnenstein.
You know what this start tonight reminded me of is when Freddie Garcia, the White Sox, pitched here, and he kept getting people out with changeups, and after the game, you know, we noted it during the game, he never did throw maybe 5 fastballs. And he said after the game, they kept chasing my changeup. I didn't need to throw anything else. So that's kind of my point. You know, you don't have to makes when you got that type of changeup that James had tonight, and you got 4 strikeouts off of him. I think he just got away from it. He does have a good fastball. The fastball was up tonight, but the changeup is excellent, I thought. The game got out of hand.
This one down, skips away. Jaso can't find it. Down to second goes Ugla. Now a big turn. He was headed to third. And Jaso had no idea where that ball had bounded. And that's a wild pitch as Ugla moves up.
Yeah, you know what? And I'll tell you what, the Marlins are playing aggressive. It's 9-0, but it's only the 4th inning, and they're not stopping. So the Rays are going to have to pick it up a notch here. That got through the wickets. He didn't get down on it. It hit the plate and skipped right through the legs. Ugla knows where it is, so that's why he's taking that big turn. And he was going, and then John Jaso tracked it finally, and Ugla did the right thing. But Freddie Gonzalez says these guys coming out aggressive. First, the Rays play that way, no matter what the score is.
And a one-hop shot to the left of Brignac into left center, a base hit. Ugla will score an RBI, the 3rd of the night for Cody Ross. And now it's 10-0.
Well, that's the hustle of Dan Ugla, beating the ball on the potential double play. First of all, hustling down the line, not taking it for granted. The 9-0 lead, then getting to second on the wild pitch and scoring, of course, in the singles. So that's Dan Ugla gets a lot of credit for that with his hustle.
And it's Mike Stanton who tripled his last time. That's a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. Now, Stanton was all set to go to the University of Southern California and decided to play baseball instead. He was a 3-sport star. 1-1 to count.
Just found out he lives in the San Fernando Valley in Sherman Oaks.
Yeah, he went to Notre Dame Academy there.
Yeah, not too far from where I live. He's a Valley guy.
1-2.
Like Gabe Kaplan.
Well, they had some football opportunities to play football in college, and that baseball scholarship with Southern California. He's out on strikes, missed the breaking ball. So the side finally retired, but it's 10-0 Florida. Marlins have a hit and a walk against Sanchez. Now they have another hit. Crawford shoots it into left. Coughlin with the pickup. And with Carl at first base and nobody out, we'll get the answer to tonight's trivia question. Trivia question brought to you by AT&T. Which active starting pitchers face the most consecutive hitters without allowing a home run? And you're looking at it. 267 consecutive batters. No home runs. Just one all year. The pitch to Evan Longoria is a ball inside 1-0.
That is pretty incredible, really, right there. 267 consecutive batters faced without allowing a home run. Gallardo, somewhat 84.
Yeah, they have two guys on that list. Josh Johnson was fourth. A 1-1 count. Two balls and a strike.
Well, you know, he's got a lot of movement on his pitches, but I'm not looking at a guy that has a Fausto Carmona sinker or a Derek Lowe type sinker or something like that.
Two and two.
I mean, that pitch right there was called a strike, but that's a home run pitch. That's a fly ball pitch. A little cutter up like that. That's amazing.
And strike three called on Longoria. It's the first strikeout for Sanchez tonight.
First baseman Carlos Peña.
Ooh, he got a break there. See Paulino bringing it back into the strike zone. That's not a good pitch. I think Evan was right on that one. You saw Paulino jerk it back in.
Now Carlos Peña. Carlos shoots a base hit into center field. Down to second, Crawford. Peña is aboard, 2 on with 1 out.
Boy, that's a pretty swing right there. That's a nice piece of hitting right back through the middle. That's how you beat the shift. Keep doing that. The fastball away. Look at that. Right back at you. Good balance. Look at that head down through the ball. Good short finish. Compact swing.
Here's Ben Zobrist as the Rays trying to mount a little attack here. Zobrist pops it up, foul. Out of play it goes, strike one. Well, this is the second time around for the Rays against Sanchez. As we mentioned earlier, no one in this lineup had really ever faced him before. So second time through. Crawford and Peña have base hits.
The pitcher will always have an advantage. That's what you just said, Dwayne. He'll always have an advantage over the hitters because he knows what he's going to throw. The hitters don't until they get a read on you, get a little pattern on you, and see what kind of movement all of your pitches have.
A 1-1 count to Ben. He takes it away. 2-1. Just in case you were wondering, that one home run Sanchez has been touched for came in his second start. That was against the Phillies in Philadelphia. Placido Polanco homered off him.
A non-home run hitting guy hits a home run. I mean, Placido hit a few, but you're thinking of Utley or Ryan Howard, or probably a pop fly too, right field. That went out.
2-1. Tap to first. That's a fair ball right on the bag. Sanchez makes the play unassisted. Peña up to second and Crawford over to third. They're there with 2 outs. B.J. Upton's going to be the hitter. Well, the St. Petersburg Times gives you the latest updates on the Rays. You can log on to TampaBay.com. From the diamond to the clubhouse and everywhere in between, you'll get in-depth news, stories, and scores 24 hours a day only at TampaBay.com. B.J. Upton fouls one into the seats up the right side for a strike.
Well, what you want to see is Carlos have good at-bats tonight, continue to have good at-bats, which we've seen. And same thing for B.J.
Down and away, and it's 1-1. Yankees have picked up a run in the bottom of the fifth. It's a 4-2 ball game. New York over Houston. And fastball strike. 1-2.
Yeah, BJ thought that pitch was in.
Get the man in. They're getting with the program.
Well, there's a couple out there.
They've gotten them over. Now get them in.
Yep. There's a...
Up the right side. That will get him in. Down into the right field corner. Crawford scores. Peña scores. Upton goes to second with a double. And the Rays are on the board. That makes it 10-2. Upton up the right field line. Another good sign.
Yeah, I think it's really important. The way he's swinging right now. See how short that was? I mean, he wasn't trying to hit a home run. Ball's middle, away, and he just shortens up, gets inside it, shoots a your checkers double the game right there. That's a nice swing. Also hands right there. He's strong. His hands, he's got strong hands. Nice job.
So for Upton, his 15th double. 9 of his last 16 now. Well, let's see if Hank Blaylock can add to the damage in the inning.
Will make it 10-4.
It's a ball, 1-0.
You know, Hank has to use these at bats too, not chase. He's got to get his strike zone down.
Yeah, we saw that last night. The strike and the count is 1-1. He made the last out in that game against the Blue Jays and was up with a couple men on and really helped Greg out. It's a strike and it's 1-2.
Well, they'll try to expand the zone right here. I don't think they'll throw a pitch over the plate. Let's see if they'll chase.
Pounds it up the right side. Good pitch moving in on him. Crawford opened with a base hit. Peña singled. Both have scored. Upton's on second. And a fly ball in the right center. Stanton is there to make the catch, and the Rays settle for 2. We're through 4, and it's 10-2 Florida. just for men, mustache and beard. On to the 5th. Andy Sodenstein facing Wes Helms. Pitch is upstairs to Helms.
I like Stanton's demeanor. Just kind of taking it all in. You know, he's not in a big triple. He didn't go crazy with it. He's just kind of surveying the big leagues right now.
That's a strike, and the count is 1-1. And the Marlins coaching staff says this guy is just constantly asking questions.
Yeah.
They love that about a young player. He's just 20 years old.
Well, you know, because he's happy with his triple, but he has struck out twice on changeups and breaking balls tonight. So he's, you know, I haven't met him yet, but I'm looking forward to it. You know, young guys like that are projected and big hype about him. He's just, I like his demeanor. He's got a good aura about him.
And now Helms hits one deep into left center field, way back to the deep part of the park, and it kicks away from Upton. Helms around second on his way to third, and they're going to hold him there. Boy, the way that ball hit that angled wall out there toward the triangle and kicked back, you were thinking even Helms might have a chance at an inside the park home run, and a guy with above average speed certainly would have tried it.
Yeah, and he hit a ball that's up in his zone here. You see it's a cutter. It's flat. It's middle in. Mistake pitch, and he jumped all over it. I think BJ probably thought it was out also. I did. I thought it was going to have enough carry. But the last thing you want to see BJ do is crash into the wall and hurt himself. Not that they don't have a chance to come back, but I understand what BJ was thinking there.
Pitch blocked by the Rays catcher John Jaso. Tony Polino is the hitter. Shields gone after 3 1/3, and the early exit for Shields is very unusual. 3-0. In fact, the last 2 times he has not gone at least 5 innings were unusual circumstances. That's a strike. 3-1. The last time he failed to go 5 innings was his last start of the regular season in 2008, and he was pulled after pitching 1 scoreless inning. Tapped by the mound, grabbed by Rodriguez, and the throw to first for the out with Helms remaining at third base. So 1 away here in the 5th with a man at third base. Andy Sodenstein doing the pitching tonight. He was spending some time with Company 5 at the local firehouse earlier today, and down the fireman's pole. Let's get ready to answer the alarm. He actually went out with the crew, the truck, on 4 separate calls.
The fireman look, I think.
Well, if you didn't want to be a baseball player, you wanted to be a fireman, and Andy wanted to be both. Wanted to be a fireman, and so there you go.
I think that's pretty cool.
Well, the Rays are going to walk Coughlin here.
Well, you know what? Joe's playing to win. I like this. I actually like this. This is what you would do in a normal situation. So what? You're 8 runs down. Try to get a double play ball out of Gabby Sanchez.
Well, we've seen this offense score a few runs lately, and that's what Madden is thinking right here.
Yeah, I mean, if it's the 8th inning, it might be a different story, but you've got a lot of innings left offensively. And, you know, you put up a 3-spot next inning or a 4, who knows, you know.
First and third with Sanchez coming up, and
you know, the Rays can put up a 5-spot. Who knows? It all of a sudden becomes a ball game.
That's right. You know, we mentioned Shields going 3 1/3, and the last time he failed to go at least 5 was that last start in 08 when he was pulled after 1 scoreless inning. And prior to that, it was in 2008 on June the 5th. But that was an unusual circumstance as well. He pitched an inning plus against the Red Sox at Boston and was ejected as part of a brawl that
I like
those
that.
clubs had.
I remember that. Didn't know James. I love what he did.
There's Sanchez popping it up, a foul ball, and that's out of play beyond the dugout.
The Coco Crisp.
Yeah, things really got a little interesting there. Yeah,
took out Aki, and I like that. I like what James did there. I mean, that's one time as a manager you go, you know what? I get that. Protecting your teammates. At least that was my thoughts from afar.
Yeah, well, that's about right. Yeah,
that's how it felt.
Exactly. Up the miss by Sanchez. 0-2. This is a breaking ball. We're in the 5th. It's 10-2. Rays have been out hit 11-4. But you're right about that. You know, if you hold them here and the Rays score 5 in the 5th, well, now it's 10-7.
Hey, the Rays have scored 9, 9, and 10 in 3 out of the last 4 nights. So why wouldn't you think that way if you're the Rays or Joe Madden for that matter?
And a breaking ball hit high back into center field. Upton is there to make the catch. A tag. Helms will score from third on the sacrifice fly. Sanchez has his 4th run batted into the ninth, and that makes it 11-2. Well, here's the other thing. Even though they've just given up a run here, Joe Madden has asked and really required that his team play as hard in the 8th and 9th as they do in the 1st and 2nd innings. And, you know, they've won some games late. Well, if they're supposed to play hard, he's not going to take the night off managing. He's not going to manage.
That's right. You got to show your team you're still going to manage. You're going to manage to win. You're not going to mail it in and say, "Oh, let's just do it tomorrow." That's why I said the at bats are important, especially for guys like Carlos Peña and DJ. Keep having good at bats. Keep that flow going. Everybody, but especially those 2 guys, because they've been hot lately, and you don't want to just say, "Okay, well, we'll get them tomorrow." Yeah, it's about winning games, but you got to get your swings down too, and your approach. And as Joe says, the process.
Yep. 1-1 the count to Hanley Ramirez.
I feel bad for James. I like him very much, and I think you take the positive out of this, and there was some positives, which you and I talked about.
Fly ball, right center field. Zobrist is under this one. He'll make the catch, and that retires the side. Bottom of the 5th coming up, 11-2 Florida. credit needed and up to 6 months, same as cash. And by Dodge Ram Trucks, award-winning Ram trucks, plus a new heavy duty make it one of the most powerful lineups in Ram history. John Rodriguez leading it off against Sanchez. 1 the count to Sean. Checks on a pitch up. Rodriguez, Peña, and then Jaso. 1-2. Rodriguez missing the breaking ball.
Yeah, that's a pretty good curveball right there for Sanchez.
Sharply hit and stopped at third by Helms. Throw to first, and that's a dandy play by Wes Helms to rob Sean Rodriguez. 1 away.
Sure was. He took a double away. Crossover step and a dive. Third base being a reactionary position, and Wes Helms did exactly that. Nice play.
1 out. Reed Brignac's going to be the hitter. And let's check in again with Todd Callis.
Dwayne, yesterday the Rays signed their first pick of the draft, a second-round pick, Derek Dietrich out of Georgia Tech, and he's on his way to Hudson Valley. Well, today, after signing their first player in the 2010 first-year player draft, they signed their first rounder of the 2010 first-year player draft, and there you saw him. Justin O'Connor, he's a catcher out of Cowan, Indiana. Just out of high school, 18-year-old, switched to catching right before his senior year. He was a pitcher and an infielder before that. He's heading down to Port Charlotte tomorrow. He'll be starting the Gulf Coast League. Interesting story with him. He and his brother, and minutes ago, guys, he was signing. You see him right there in the middle with the Tampa Bay Rays hat on. He and his brother growing up were Red Sox fans and Yankees fans. Justin was a Red Sox fan. His brother was a Yankees fan. Then Carl Crawford joined the Rays, and his brother became a Rays fan. So ever since then, the O'Connors have been Rays fans, and perfect timing that the Rays would draft him and today sign him. He can't wait to get his pro career started. Justin O'Connor, 31st pick overall, guys.
Yeah, and he's the young man that I talked with some baseball people from outside the organization, and they think the Rays made a great pick in him. The Rays are very happy and encouraged by their draft, but people outside the organization tell me that he was a much higher regarded than even the 31st pick, and they just think the Rays got a great young man and a great talent right there in Justin O'Connor.
Well, I just saw the little video clip we showed the other night, and my first impressions were I loved his arm action.
Yep.
Ball comes out of his hand easy when he throws.
Brignac's been called out on strikes. Here's John Jaso taking a pitch down, 1-0. Jaso in the leadoff spot for the Rays tonight. Couple of fly balls, one more of a line drive as last time. He's ahead in the count, 2-0. You know, other catchers who've been in that leadoff spot, a guy that you think so much of, and rightly so, all of baseball will and does, is Ivan Rodriguez. You know, he's been in the leadoff spot a few times.
Absolutely. When Pudge played for me, we thought about it at times. We'd hit him second many times because he can go the other way.
Jaso draws the walk like a good leadoff hitter will. You know, the guy who I found that was really interesting to me as a catcher who had a significant number of plate appearances and had great numbers was Tim McCarver. He had 75 plate appearances and an on-base percentage of 387, I think.
Yeah, I remember Tim as a player. I mean, I got a chance to work with Tim. Really enjoyed him. Smart man.
Hey, it's Carl Crawford hitting a shot back into right center, but it's going to stay in as Stanton goes to the track for it. And the Rays leave a man. We're through 5, 11-2 Florida. Ugla, and then Cody Ross scheduled to hit here in the 6th for Florida. Into lifts the fly ball into right, and Ben Zobrist is there. 1 pitch, 1 out.
I got to tell you, I got a little excited there. I thought Crawford hit one.
Yeah, I thought he hit a little better than he apparently did.
I thought it was 11-4. Just missed it. Must have got off the end a little bit. He's got a good swing at it.
Dan Ugla in the batter's box. It's a strike on the outside edge.
And for a guy that was talked about maybe trying to trade him all winter last fall, I mean, he's having a pretty good year for him.
Well, he's got that pop. I'll tell you, the combination of Ramirez and Ugla, Ramirez shortstop and Ugla at second, you're not going to find guys that combination of second and short to hit more home runs than those guys do.
14 home runs, 35 RBIs coming in. Of course, he got the bases loaded walk for an RBI, so he's another one there.
10 of the runs tonight charged to Shields in 3 1/3. The last time he was legitimately knocked out 4-5 was in 08 on the 3rd of May in a game at Fenway when he gave up 7 runs in 3 2/3. And then he was ejected from that one game in an inning plus and left after 1 inning in his final start of regular season in 08. Ugla reaching for a breaking ball, misses it. So that's the 2nd out of the inning. A strikeout right there. Sign up at Kane's Furniture for a chance to meet one of your favorite Rays players. And if Rays pitchers produce 10 strikeouts in the game, log on to canestrikeout.com. Get a coupon for a free Papa John's pizza. Get to Kane's today. Cody Ross. That's a strike. And a good night for Ross. 3 runs batted in.
The Marlins have some interesting guys. Cody Ross was a AAA lifer. I know he even played for the Dodgers for a while in Cincinnati. Had some chances, but he really found a home here. He's done a good job. And I was just going to mention on Ugly, he was a Rule 5 draft from Arizona. He wasn't protected on the big league roster, and he's had a career here also. So the Marlins have done a nice job in their evaluations of other people's talent.
Ross took a big cut there on a cutter up, and it's 1-2.
I think they did a real good job evaluating Hanny Ramirez. I guess that wasn't too tough, though. When you're trading Josh Beckett, you better get a guy like Henry.
Look at this one. That one slipped away from him and is ducked by Cody Ross.
Yeah, that was no intent to hit. That was a breaking ball that got away.
Two and two. Popped up. Foul ball. Peña's after it. He's going to have a play and grabs it to retire the side. Bottom of inning 6 coming. 11-2 Florida. First pitch to Longoria, and he shoots it into left, and it's caught by Coughlin. Longoria out number one, and it's once again time for Todd Callis.
It's also time for Dave Shiver. He's the Rays writer on FoxSportsFlorida.com. Tonight we were trying something new, Dave, a dual live chat. Both you are representing and the Marlins are representing. How's it going?
Hey, it's been going great. We've had great representation from both the Marlins fans and the Rays fans. I think the Rays fans are taken aback by how the game is developed. But it's been fun having the perspectives of David Villavicencio from the Marlins. He's the Marlins beat writer for Fox Sports Florida. Very interesting stuff going back and forth.
So are there some good jabs back and forth?
Yeah, the Marlins fans are very well behaved. It was a little, not so much like the Red Sox recently. This is very nice behavior here.
So we have a dual live chat going for the Citrus Series, guys. We may try it again when the Rays are down in South Florida, huh?
We're doing it on the 18th.
All right. So we're going to try it again, and hopefully, Rays fans will have a little more to jab back with next time. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, guys. Carlos Peña up here with a count of 2-0. Well, it's all in good fun.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we know how those Red Sox fans react.
Yeah, we do, yes. The 2-0. Carlos hits it high and deep back into left field. That baby's gone. Carlos Peña. For Peña, number 14. Another opposite field home run for Carlos. Boy, this guy is really something. Carlos with a homer tonight. He had a homer last night. Carlos had a home run on Wednesday. He had two on Tuesday. And he started that streak when he belted a home run Sunday in Texas.
You just saw how short his swing is. I mean, he's just trying to make good contact. He wasn't trying to uppercut and lift.
There's Zobrist lifting a popper foul. That's how to play. And that's so important for him because he's strong enough to do that and make himself technically a good hitter in the process.
Oh, absolutely. No, this is huge. I mean, we've been talking about that because they'll come back to you eventually if you keep proving you can hit the outside pitch the other way. Eventually they'll start.
Oh, there's a shot off the bat of Zobrist. Well hit, and it's going to be caught up against the wall by Stanton.
Wow.
Zobrist made a bid for at least an extra base hit. He smoked that one. And Stanton stayed with it to make the grab at the wall in right center.
Yeah, it's a nice swing by Ben. I think he might have got a little, I don't know if it quite off the end, but he hit it pretty good. That's a nice play by Stanton, though. A little bit of topspin.
Two gone. Well, Sanchez touched for the home run by Peña. Pitch is down, and so that's the fifth straight game with a home run for Carlos Peña, and it ties Jose Canseco's team record. Canseco set that for the Rays in '99, and Peña has duplicated that here this year.
I think this is really important what Carlos is doing tonight because this is the lineup you want. You want Carlos to hit fourth really behind Longoria because that's going to help Evan get even more pitches. And I think a stable 3-4-5 is really important in the big leagues for the most part. Mix and match occasionally, but 3 and 4 especially.
Ground ball third, diving stop by Helms. He gets up and makes his second outstanding play in the last 2 innings. Rays going to run on the board on the home run off the bat of Carlos Peña. It's 11-3 Florida. working together in the fight to end hunger through home runs for food. Each Rays home run this season, the Mosaic Company donates $500 to local food banks through Feeding America Tampa Bay, Florida's leading hunger relief agency. To date, Home Runs for Food has donated $29,500 to Feeding America Tampa Bay. Ibar in the game down for the Rays, down at third. Sanchez first pitch to Mike Stanton is a strike. Slow breaking ball.
Yeah, that's to give Evan a couple of innings off. He's played almost every single day, so there's nothing wrong with that. Doesn't mean Joe Madden's thrown in the towel. It just means I'm going to give my star third baseman a couple of innings of a break and get some innings in there also for Willie Ibar. Getting that batter too.
Strike at the knees, 1-2.
Reminds me so much in his setup of Dwight Evans, the former Red Sox right fielder. Except Dwight didn't quite have that open stance, but that compact setup right there is similar.
Stanton shoots it up the right field side. Bounding off the wall. Barehanded recovery on the carom, but it's still an easy double for Stanton. So he's picked up his first 2 extra base hits here tonight. First 2 for 4. Came into the game 3 for 9 in his big league career.
Now here's the pitch. Looked like a cutter up and away, and he just stays right on it. Take a look. There's a nice compact swing right here. Look at that. That's great extension right there. And head down through the ball. And going with it. 2 balls to the opposite field. You do that, you're going to hit in the big leagues.
Marlins have a dozen hits. Wes Helms sends one foul up the right side. Strike 1. Triple for Helms in the 5th inning to lead off, led to a run. That was his 2nd of the year. One and one. Sonnenstein took over in the 4th inning, working here in the 7th. Fouled away into the screen. Houston has scored a run in the 8th. It's 4-3 New York.
I believe they've got a man at third base too. Houston.
2 strikes here with a man at second, nobody out. Foul out of play.
Yeah, this is a good professional right here, Wes Helms, had a lot of years at the Braves organization and really was a pretty vocal spokesman in defending Freddie Gonzalez when there was that issue about Hanley Ramirez coming out of the game a few weeks ago. Behind him now, but he stepped up, and you need a clubhouse leader as a player, not always a coach.
Ground ball to third. Ibar gloves it, makes the throw to first. Stanton remains at second. Voting is now open for the 2010 All-Star Game in Anaheim. You can help send your favorite Ray player to this year's All-Star Classic by voting up to 25 times at RaysBaseball.com. So visit RaysBaseball.com to cast your ballot for the 2010 All-Stars. Vote early and often. Vote today at RaysBaseball.com. Joey Polino, the catcher, he's been active out of the number 9 spot tonight. He's walked, singled, has stolen a base, and has scored twice. Sonnenstein with that pitch just over the 50 mark in pitches. Shields made 77 pitches tonight in 3 1/3. His shortest outing of the season. 1-1 to count. In there, 1-2. Offensive night that came early for Florida. 2-2. They scored 5 in the 3rd and 4 in the 4th. They're now in the 7th and they lead 11-3. With 11 runs on 12 hits. This matches the highest run total scored against the Rays this year. Boston scored 11 against the Rays on the 26th of May. And a tap back over the bag at second. Rodriguez makes the play. Over to third goes Stanton. Molino's retired for the 2nd time tonight.
Well, you're going to have one of those games every once in a while. I mean, the starters, you can't really fault what the starters have done. They're still first in the American League, coming in an ERA at 3.25, so they've been outstanding for the most part. It's just up to Matt Garza to pick it up and do his thing. I really feel confident every night because you got 5 really quality starters. The Rays.
Coughlin starts to go and could not check on the appeal. That's a strike. Lance Cormier is up in the bullpen now for the Rays. Coughlin has been on base all 4 times. A double, a walk, a single, and an intentional walk. He scored 3 times. He has extended his hitting streak. He did that early. 11 straight. So and Sonnenstein trying to get together.
Yeah, and he came in with a .314 on base percentage. He struck out 52 times. 219 at bats.
Yeah, they say he had really expanded the strike zone a lot.
Yep.
And the Marlins do strike out a lot. They're 15th out of 16. And strikeouts in reverse order. It's really a high number there. You know, it's interesting. We were looking at that before the game. They are 15th. Arizona is 16th, and they have almost 100 more strikeouts. They really strike out.
Big time strikeout team. Mark Reynolds, well over 200 times.
1-2. And it's right down and in. You see the Diamondbacks, the Rays, by putting this interleague play after taking 2 out of 3 from Houston and then back into the American League, and now the Marlins in interleague play. First of 15 straight interleague games, and that will extend through the 27th of this month. 2-2 to Coughlin.
Well, they've got some power. Mark Reynolds and Justin Upton, Chris Young.
The Rays, after this series here at home against the Marlins, go to Atlanta and then over to North Miami to play the Marlins there. And then they're home against the Padres, 3 against San Diego and 3 against Arizona here. So besides the Marlins coming in here to Tropicana Field, we'll see the Padres Some say maybe the most surprising team over there, although they finished the season last year playing very well. Padres and the Diamondbacks coming in here to Tropicana Arena.
Yeah, they've got very good pitching. They don't have a household national name there that you talk about as far as the pitching staff, but they've got a lot of good young arms, and they've got good bullpen arms. And they got a bona fide closer, and Heath Bell is doing a great job.
3-2, and a line drive base hit over Brignac's head into left center. Stanton scores as Coughlin is on for the 5th time in this game. That will make it a 12-3 game. So the Marlins have scored more runs off the Rays tonight than any other team this year.
Yeah, he just got a ball inside it, and I hate to be repetitive, but that's the 3rd ball he's hit that way, and that's exactly what he was working on in batting practice. He's one guy I wanted to see what he was doing. I like to watch these guys, and he was practicing that. He wasn't trying to hit home runs. He was trying to go the other way, and he's done it tonight.
Sanchez takes a pitch inside. Well, how about this for the top 2 guys in their order? Coughlin's been on 5 times. Sanchez 3 times. Officially is 3 for 3. He has 4 runs banded in tonight.
Well, Andy's getting hurt on a lot of cutters. That last one was a cutter. The one to Stanton was a cutter. 2-strike cutter away, and that's a contact count. He just went with it. So,
well, between these 2 guys, Coughlin and Sanchez, they've scored 5 runs and they've driven in 5 runs. And a high fly ball hit deep to left, way back and gone. Sanchez, a 2-run home run. His 2nd home run of the night. And the top 2 in the order continue to be murder against the Rays pitchers in the opening game of this series. A 2-home run night for Gabby Sanchez.
Now you take a look. That's another cutter up. In fact, it was so high, Fox Tracks had it out of the zone, but that's a hanger. There's not a whole lot to it. So again, hurt on the cutter. We haven't seen anything coming inside. Nothing in, nothing sinking in. Everything's going away to the hitters.
Cut by Ramirez and a miss, so it's 14-3.
I guarantee you tomorrow night you're going to see some fastballs in from Matt Garza. Because, and I don't mean to hit anybody. I'm just saying this is just not good sequencing I'm seeing here.
And a pop up headed toward the screen. Room for Jason, and he makes the catch to retire the side. 3-run score. Bottom of the 7th coming. 14-3 Florida. The Florida Marlins putting together a very big offensive night. Here's tonight's poll question brought to you by Autoway. Autoway, if you need a car, truck, or van, who you going to call? Autoway. Call 1-800-SHOP-AUTOWAY. Who's the most exciting player in the Citrus Series? Would it be Carl Crawford, Evan Longoria, Hanley Ramirez, maybe Mike Stanton? We might have to amend that after tonight. Text your vote to 789-789. Gabby Sanchez has had a very big night, a 2-home-run night. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Hank Blaylock pitch is down, 1 ball and no strikes. Brian Barton is in the game at second base now. He replaces Ugla. There's a little tap halfway to the mound, and the throw to first is in time. Oh, safe the call. Well, a late call by Jim Wolf. And when Sanchez took a look back at him, he says, nope, Blaylock beat it.
Let's take another look. Hank's hustling. Well, looks like the ball's in the glove before Hank lands, but nonetheless, he was hustling and gets the call.
Rodriguez pitches a strike. So the Rays break on that little infield hit by Blaylock. Rodriguez started to go.
You know, I think it looked like they took so much time, and maybe that's what kind of fooled Jim Wolf, because they didn't really go after that ball aggressively.
Yeah, and then I thought the way the throw sailed a little bit, I thought Wolf might have indicated he thought the ball somehow got by.
That's what I thought.
Sanchez. Foul ball into the screen. It's 1-2. And Sanchez came off the back, showed him the ball in the glove, but there was a no call for the longest time, and then finally a safe call. Two to Rodriguez. Sean robbed of a double in the 5th inning. He has an 11-game hitting streak going. And Helms took a double away from him. It just popped up, headed toward the stands and out of reach. So it's still 1-2. If he had brought a glove, he would have had a souvenir, and his hand wouldn't be hurting right now.
Need some ice right now.
Sean out on strikes. One away here in the bottom of the 7th, and we'll check in with Todd.
Hey, don't forget about Sunday Family Fun Day here at Tropicana Field, presented by the St. Petersburg Times. And the first 10,000 kids 14 and under get this Jason Bartlett bobblehead presented by Bright House Networks. And I have to say, of all the bobbleheads, this one may be the closest to real life of all the ones I've seen. That is a really good likeness of JB. By the way, he keeps working out with Ron Porterfield. They hope he's going to be ready to go by Tuesday when he's eligible to come off the DL. Visit RaysBaseball.com for tickets. 10,000 Jason Bartlett bobblehead Sunday, guys.
Brignac, who's been filling in at shortstop and doing a great job, fouls it back, 0-2. Jason was out running the bases a little bit before the game tonight, testing the hamstring.
Well, valuable guy to get back and get him going, too, because he had 320 last year, and he was really a key to the offense, especially when he became the leadoff hitter.
Back toward the middle and through into center. Blaylock's on his way to third. He tosses back into second. The Rays have men at first and third, with one out here in the 7th.
And that being said, Brignac has done a great job. Just contact swing. Just throws his hands at it and finds a hole. That's why contact is so important. When we talk about you don't have to have your best looking swing to get the job done. You just got to make sure you put it in play. And 'cause something good might happen. Back toward the middle and through into center. Blaylock's on his way to third. He tosses back into second. The Rays have men at first and second, with one out here in the 7th. And that being said, Brignac has done a great job. Just contact swing. Just throws his hands at it and finds a hole. That's why contact is so important. When we talk about you don't have to have your best looking swing to get the job done. You just got to make sure you put it in play. 'Cause something good might happen.
first in hitting in the 9th inning. And they're down 4-3 to the Yankees. John Jaso takes one upstairs. A ball, no strikes. It's on the edge. 1-1. Two balls and a strike. Jaso, who walked in the 5th inning, ahead of the count here in the 7th. So the bases are loaded for the Rays here in the 7th with 1 out.
Well, you know, Jaso continues working the count well. He tracks well. He's drawn a couple of walks tonight. On-base percentage is well over 400.
Randy St. Clair, the pitching coach, goes to the mound. Well, the Rays are going to have Carl Crawford up here with the bases loaded. There is action in the bullpen for the Florida Marlins. They have a right-hander and a left-hander busy down there. Tankersley is the lefty, Vandenhurst the right-hander. And here's Crawford. Crawford hit the ball pretty well in the right center field in the 5th inning, only to have Stanton catch it at the edge of the warning track. Carl singled and scored in the 4th. Crawford fouls it away. That's a strike.
Outstanding numbers. The bases loaded. 3 grand slams.
Bounce it down to first. That'll be handled by Sanchez. Laylock crosses the plate. And the Rays pick up their 4th run. Crawford picks up the run batted in. 2 outs with a run home. It's 14-4. Willie Ibar will come up here, getting his first at bat tonight after taking over at 3rd base for Longoria. Strike 1. Longoria had a base hit and 3 at bats tonight. One and one. Next pitch will be number 100 for Sanchez. He uses it to throw a strike. 1 and 2. Going into the dirt. 2-2.
Well, he finally gave up a home run.
That's right. 277 hitters faced in between home runs allowed by Sanchez.
And that's really encouraging. Carlos going deep to left field twice in this homestand so far.
It's going to be out of play, and we'll see another pitch on 2-2. Placido Polanco hit one in the 2nd start of the year made by Sanchez, and Carlos Peña connecting in the 6th inning of this game. 277 hitters faced in between. And Ibar is out on strikes. So the Rays settle for a run. We're through 7. It's 14-4. Tomorrow, the pregame show will be outside. Yes, not only outside Gate 4, but really outside here at Tropicana Field. A special tailgate pregame show. Prizes, giveaways, and fan interaction. So join the fun tomorrow at 6:30 outside Gate 4 for the Tailgate Saturday on Sun Sports. Lance Cormier will be the new pitcher for the Rays as we swing into the 8th inning. Shields worked 3 1/3 and Sodenstein 3 2/3.
Yeah, 23rd appearance for Lance, and Andy saved the bullpen a little bit to get the ball to Lance, and be at full strength tomorrow night with the rest of the bullpen. So these guys like this are very important. Andy got hit a little bit, but he did give the Rays 3 2/3 innings of work.
Jorge Cantu. Pitches a strike to the knees. Cantu 1 for 4 tonight. Grounds it to third. Ibar gloves it. Hooks it across the diamond to first. 1 away. It's a final. The Yankees have beaten Houston 4-3. Andy Pettit got the win. His 8th.
8-1.
Yep.
Doesn't he ever age?
Well, didn't he leave the Yankees in the first place and go to Houston because the Yankees didn't think he had anything left?
Yeah, they thought his elbow was shot.
Yeah. Down to Houston, won a few games, back to the Yankees, and he beat Houston tonight.
And he's always contemplating retirement in the wintertime. Why don't you do it, Andy, one time?
Yeah, really. I want to know the count. This is the infielder, Brian Barton.
How about the other guy, Mariano? He comes out.
Yeah, got to save.
1, 2, 3. Does it again. It's time. It's time these guys just enjoy their retirement, isn't it? A couple of them.
Yeah, exactly. We could fill a pretty good roster with guys we think it'd be a good idea to retire. A couple of teams in the East.
You got that right.
2-1 the count to Barton. So right now the Rays lead is a game and a half, and it appears to be on its way to 1. Lifts the fly ball back into center field. That's B.J. Upton loving it. 2 outs. How about Dirks Bentley? He's going to be here tomorrow night. That'll be a lot of fun in that summer concert series here at Tropicana Field. There are some tickets left, by the way. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or go online at RaysBaseball.com. I would have to think that it would be a full house tomorrow, but there are tickets left on the Rays summer concert series.
Well, like you say, you get a ball game and a great concert.
There's not a better entertainment value in the country than that. And tonight's score notwithstanding, it's still the team with the best record in baseball.
That's right.
And Dirks Bentley tomorrow night. Cut. And a miss. 0-2.
Nice curveball by Lance right there. That's the thing you have to remember. It's still the best record in baseball, and in the toughest division in baseball. The Rays are battling it.
Too low. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I am curious about that Toronto game tonight, playing in Colorado, facing Jimenez.
Yeah, I think they had some rain out there, some weather.
Yeah, it's not. I see nothing in the first inning.
And a swing and a miss. And a tag. Cody Ross is out of there. So we'll go into the bottom of the 8th. Hey, Carlos Peña is going to lead off. You don't want to miss that. Back in a moment. inning. Let's take a look at tonight's Miller Lite Taste Greatness moment. Carlos Peña on a home run binge. He hit one to left field in this stretch. And then the one he hit tonight was to left. That home run that he hit into the lime wedge. And then the last one, he hit it over the lime wedge out there in left.
Well, that tells you how strong he is, too, especially that one tonight. I mean, that was just a nice contact swing. I guarantee he wasn't trying to hit home run. But what I like lately, he's just not pulling off the ball. He's staying right on it.
Now, 2 of his last 3 home runs have been to left, and the other one was that gargantuan shot to center field.
And those were just mistakes that he didn't miss. And earlier in his season, of course, he was swinging through those.
Rick Vandenherk is the new pitcher. All right-hander.
This is interesting. Well, see, I was saying last time, you keep hitting that ball away, they're going to start coming back into your swing. See, now they're pitching him in here, these last 2 pitches. That's what I'm talking about. As a catcher, you see him covering the outside corner. Now you'll start saying, you know what, we got to go in on him. And when they do that, Carlos likes that.
Peña, Zobrist, and Upton due up here against Vandenherk. 2 balls and a strike. Sanchez worked 7 innings, made 103 pitches tonight. See the career numbers on Vandenherk. 4 runs, all earned. He struck out 4 and walked 3.
Awful lot of walks. Vandenherk
pops it up. Molina now. He drops it. That's a tough play for a catcher. He had Ramirez coming in on that shift. They keep the shortstop Ramirez on the shortstop side of the field, and he was coming in, but that Molina was coming out from back of the plate trying to catch it. That's a tough angle for a catcher.
It is. The mistake that Ronnie makes is you got to get your back to the infield, because on a high pop-up, it's going to tail back toward the infield, and that's why he was dropping. You see, you can almost see the movement tailing back toward the infield on a pop-up like that. And he had that last striding lunge for the ball, and it kicked off the webbing of his glove.
So Peña reaches on the error. Zobrist takes a pitch down.
But even though that ball was out there about 30 feet on the infield turf there, you got to get around it and have your back to the infield so the ball comes right back into your glove.
1-1. Ben hit the ball to the wall in right center field in the 6th inning. 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. And he smokes this one. That's fair. Off the mitt of Sanchez. Peña digs for 3rd. It's a double for Zobrist, and the Rays have the first 2 hitters on. 2nd and 3rd with nobody out.
Well, that was a rocket. Then turned on that one. Man, that's a nice short swing. It hit so hard it went right past Sanchez. I mean, he couldn't get his glove up in time.
So 2 on with nobody out here. Jay Upton into the dirt, backhanded stop by Molino. 1-0. Vandenherk, this tall right-hander, out of the Netherlands. His father, Wim Vandenherk, played baseball in the Netherlands and has a baseball academy there. So Vandenherk, even though he was born and raised in the Netherlands, grew up playing baseball.
Yeah, I believe he pitched for Team Netherlands, didn't he, in the WBC? And
yes, he did.
People took notice. I remember the name.
The ground ball down to first, comes up and bounces away from Sanchez. But Upton is out at first as Sanchez recovered. Peña coming down the line, stayed at 3rd.
The ball was hit so hard. In a normal situation, Carlos absolutely did the right thing. But in this game, I think Sanchez just would have taken the out at first base. But nonetheless, that's what you're taught. Carlos did the right thing. But I think in this game, they would just take the sure out at first.
Blaylock takes a strike. Foul back to third. That's going to carry out a play. 0-2. Inside. 1-2. In fact, when Vandenberg played the World Baseball Classic, he had the other Dutchman, Bert Blyleven, in his pitching coach. Hey, a base hit up the middle. That's going to score Peña. Zobrist scores as well. The Rays have their 5th and 6th runs of the night. Blaylock with a ground ball through the infield. And it's 14-6.
Well, you got to like the Rays keep scrapping right here. Hank gets one through the right side and a dive over the baseball, but the second baseman right there.
Some more action in the bullpen for the Marlins. Two runs have scored, one out. Sean Rodriguez. Grounds it foul. Sean tried to extend his hitting streak to a dozen. Outside. 1-1 count. And there's a base hit. And to left. That will extend Rodriguez and his hitting streak. 12-game streak now for Sean Rodriguez.
He got a slider right there up. He stayed on it. And a nice fluid swing at it.
Tankersley's throwing again in the bullpen now for the Marlins. Jay Bente, the right-hander, joined him. Ernie Gonzalez comes out of the dugout. So the Rays with 2 runs in, 2 men on, and 1 out. We're going to see a new pitcher for the Marlins. Back in a moment.
our Rays Live pregame show, which we're taking outside for Tailgate Saturday, beginning at 6:30 outside of Gate 4. You can get autographed bats, autographed balls, and also some T-shirt giveaways. Make sure you're there live for our pregame show. Then, of course, you have the Citrus Series Game 2, Rays and Marlins. And afterwards, a lot of people, I know especially in our truck, are looking forward to Dierks Bentley, the post-game concert tomorrow, part of the Hess Express Summer Concert Series. A lot happening tomorrow here at Tropicana Field. Guys, back to you.
And it's all kicked off with the pregame show outside, and Brian Anderson has promised no headband.
He's been adamant about that.
Yeah.
Was Todd lonely out there? Usually he's got a swarm of people with him out there, you know.
One is the loneliest number. Oh, he's not lonely any longer.
Now they're coming up. Okay.
Yeah. A couple more votes for Todd Callis there in the next election. Oh, one more.
Oh, okay. All right. It's the mayor.
Political process in action right there. Kelly Shopik will pinch hit here, facing the left-hander Taylor Tankersley. And the pitch is a strike. So Shopik pinch hits for Brenyak.
Well, Joe's still managing. Tankers has been in 6 games. 3 punch-outs and a walk.
Tankersley out of Vicksburg, Mississippi. Goes to 0-2. Kelly with a couple of runs batted in, both those since coming off the disabled list. More campaigning.
He's not lonely anymore. He's being swarmed.
And Shopik pops it up, foul ball right side. And that ball falls off the mitt of Sanchez. And Shopik is still alive. Well, Shopik gets another chance.
Yeah, he overran this ball. This ball does the same thing that I was talking about with the catcher. Polino, it'll come back to you with the backspin. When foul balls hit straight up like that, he just overran it.
Second error of the night charged to the Marlins. The 5th error of the year charged to Sanchez.
High pop-ups, you got to read it when it gets to it's a big word right here for me now. Apex.
There you are. Very good.
And then you glide to it. You make sure it gets to its apex when it's so high. Then you got to glide to it. It'll come back to you.
Pitch is down.
A lot of guys want to run right underneath it before it reaches its peak, and then it comes tailing back toward the infield, and the result you just saw happen.
Now you have the thesaurus out. Apex, peak.
I've used that before. You can tell it was a natural for me. Yeah, you got to use a variety of words in the same sentence. Sure. You can't use the same.
That's exactly right. This one is wide. 2-2. Yeah, variety is the spice of life, and at least when it comes to vocabulary, I'm not so sure that's true in other areas, but vocabulary, I would vote for that.
Yeah, that's why you can't have long sentences when you're on the air. Just, concise. Concise with your statements. You don't have to do that too much.
Rays have scored a couple. They have 2 on. Shopik takes it down, and now the count is full. School at the University of Alabama. Cormier out of Alabama in the game as the Rays pitcher right now. Tankersley out of Alabama on the hill for Florida. What they're doing on that term.
I'm not sure Freddie Gonzalez will like that move. You better be. You got an 8-run lead and Hank Blaylock on second.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a trick. Is that an Alabama move right there? What is that? I could understand if it's a 1-1 game.
Into the dirt. And so he walks shopping, and the bases are loaded. Well, what we've seen tonight so far out of Vanderhurk and Tankersley is a concern for the Marlins. They've had a couple of pretty good arms late in their bullpen, but getting to those arms has been a challenge. And we're seeing some of that right here. Yeah, because their bullpen ERA overall is 12th in the National League at 4.61, where their starters are pretty good, 3.72, a full run better. Almost. And Nunez has been their closer. He's done a nice job. Yeah, he's got a nasty arm, too. And Hensley's been their setup guy. And he's been pretty good. And really, in this game, that's the last thing that Freddie Gonzalez wants to do in the first game of a series. So the Rays are making this interesting. If you get a base hit here, I'm telling you, as a manager, you got 5 outs to go. I mean, we're in the 8th inning. You never take things for granted when you're managing in the big leagues. So John Jason steps in again. 0 for 2 with 2 walks. The bases are loaded. Pitch is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. That is a unique herky-jerky delivery. Get their 7th run of the night. It's 14-7. Yeah, this isn't even close. Paulino just comes up. He couldn't even get down on it. I'm not sure he could pick up the ball either. Well, St. Clair goes to the mound to talk to Tankersley. So runners at 2nd and 3rd now as the Rays have put 3 up to make it 14-7. We'll be with you tomorrow. Matt Garza on the hill for the Rays. Ricky Nolasco pitches for Florida on Sun Sports. Our coverage begins at 6:30. Hope springs eternal if you have a cowbell. We need more cowbell. I think she's doing it for the whole stadium tonight. I mean, she is really into it. Yeah, that's the cowbell effect. Look at that energy. You get a drumstick and a cowbell, and there's no telling what you can do with it. That was awesome. 2-0 the count here to John Jaso. And the pitch is in there, a strike. 2-1. Come on, Jim. Don't help him out now. Jim Joyce. Three. 3-1. Crawford on deck. Come on, baby. And inside, ball 4. Jaso walks for the 3rd straight time, and it reloads the bases with Carl Crawford coming up. Say more cowbell. She's got that nice blue cowbell. She had a cowbell to match her outfit. Yeah, there. Exactly. That's important. Carl singled and scored a run in the 4th. He got a run home with a ground ball his last time up. Rays trying to put put together an inning. Time called. Look at this. More cowbell.
Well, that guy is really multitasking. He is.
Get the men in. And the pitch to Crawford is a strike.
That guy was like a one-man band we saw there.
That's right.
I think I saw him playing last week at a little local club I was in.
And the pitch and a ground ball hit to the right side. The second one. That's the only one they get. It's a fielder's choice. Sean Rodriguez scores. So the Rays now make it 14-8. Jaso was forced at second. Freddie Gonzalez out. He's going to make another pitching change right here, and we'll step aside. More cowbell. 14-8 Florida.
Don't you? I think it...
Yeah, something got it stirred up. Well, the Marlins go to Clay Hensley. He's been their setup guy, and I'll tell you, the Rays have forced them to use this guy tonight. And if nothing else happens, that's something that's important for the rest of the series. Crawford takes off for second. The throw's not in time. So Carl steals second base. Ibar took the pitch.
Hey, there's 2 more runs out there. That's why Carl stole second. A base hit, it's a 4-run game. And you're absolutely right. Hensley in this game should have never been in. Should have never had to get up in this game. I'm sure that's what Freddie Gonzalez will say, but he feels a necessity now. I mean, the Rays are making this very interesting.
And Polino is going to go talk with Hensley. Strike the count to Ibar.
You know, managers look cool right there in the camera shot, but I can tell you that there's butterflies inside, even though you got a 6-run lead.
There's a strike, and it's 0-2. 14-8 the score. He takes it wide. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Pretty good breaking ball. Had some depth to that. Really tracked that one pretty good though. See if he tries to power a fastball.
Tap foul. The count. Still a ball, 2 strikes. You know, Hensley's from the Houston area. He played high school baseball Pearland in the Houston area, and he was a center fielder. He really didn't start to pitch until he was over 20 years old. And he strikes out Ibar, and that will retire the side. So the Rays score 4, make it interesting. It's 14-8 through 8. Visit FloridaQuitline.com. We go to the 9th inning. Not only cowbell, but rally cap now. The Rays have closed the gap. It's 14-8. Rays scored a run in the 7th, 4 runs in the 8th. The Rays have made a number of changes now. So Blaylock goes over to play third. Ibar's at second, and Rodriguez moves over to shortstop. And Mike Stanton leads off the 9th inning against Lance Cormier. Pitch is a strike. One and one to count.
Well, we've seen him go the other way. Well, really haven't seen any balls in. See if he can turn on one. I'm sure he can. He had 21 home runs in Double-A.
He bounces this one foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runs, 14 hits for the Marlins, 8 runs, 10 hits for the Rays. Curveball got him. I'm reaching second strikeout now for Lance Cormier.
Well, that's something you find out about the young hitter. You know, it's 2 times on curveballs and 1 time on a changeup for strikeouts. When he gets a fastball up and out over the plate, we've seen him triple to right center and double to right.
As Helms takes a pitch low. Helms tripled and scored in the 5th inning. 1 for 4. 2-0. The Rays with Blaylock in at third base and forfeited the designated hitter again. Cormier goes into the lineup hitting 9th.
Well, that's why you need Jason Bartlett back, really.
Yeah, that's the challenge of having 3 catchers on the roster.
When you get Jason back, I mean, the versatility changes because one of the guys becomes a utility guy again. Either Sean or Reed Grignac.
And a walk to Helms. Went on with 1 out. Jason due to come off Tuesday, and right now things appear to be pretty good in that department. Right on schedule. You can get in on the 2010 Rays action. Exclusive on-field seating in the Checkers Bullpen Cafe. Dates are going fast. You can get your private group reservations behind the Rays bullpen by calling 727-825-3406. Tony Polino lifts one into right center, and it's caught by Zobrist. Helms went back to tag and bluffed a little start, and then got the ball back in. Two outs. Now Chris Coghlan. Coughlin's been on 5 times. He's 3 for 3. A couple of walks. He scored 4 runs. So now, between Coghlan and Sanchez, they're 1 and 2 hitters. They've scored 7 runs and they've driven in 7 runs.
Yeah, and these are 2 young draft picks that come up to the organization. They've drafted well. They've got Coghlan and Sanchez from Miami, University of Miami. And then you've got Mike Stanton, who we've talked about tonight. They got some good young talent. I like Coghlan, of course, rookie of the year, but Abby Sanchez.
Oh, there's another hit.
Yep.
That's fair. Back toward the corner. Crawford has to go get it. Throw comes back down the left field side toward third. And it's a double. Another hit for Coghlan. So Coghlan playing in front of family and friends here at Tropicana Field is putting on a show tonight.
Yeah, backdoor breaking ball. Well, I tell you, they're going to have to see some fastballs up and in tomorrow night because I haven't seen but 1 fastball, I think, inside, up and in all night long. So they're diving and, they're executing. You got to give them credit. But you're going to see a different game plan pitching against these guys tomorrow night. Now, this guy's the guy I was going to talk about. He's got a nice compact swing. I like him. I like his swing.
He lifts the fly ball to right. And Zobrist is waiting. He makes the catch to retire the side. A hit to left. Bottom of the 9th. Carlos Peña is going to lead it off. Zobrist at Upton. Back in a moment. Well, he has the cowbell going.
He's got a nice little dance going on.
Yep.
Very cool.
It's great to see him having fun. Friday night.
It's always more fun here at Tropicana Field. You never know what's going to happen.
It's been a long work week, you know. Let it out.
Well, the Rays scored 4 in the 8th, but now they come to bat in the bottom of the 9th inning with Carlos Peña leading off. Carlos homered in the 6th inning. And he's going to face Clay Hensley. He was forced into the game to finish off the 8th. And Carlos puts down a bunt, third base side. Hensley falls as he picks it up. And Peña is aboard. So with that dramatic shift on, and the Rays needing tons of base runners, Peña bunts his way on.
Yeah, they elect not to take the bunt away this time. I mean, you can see right here. I mean, here's nobody. I mean, normally in a close game, they'll play, the third baseman will play to take the bunt away. But Carlos takes advantage. Why not? Why not? Keep putting base runners on.
His third hit tonight.
You know, I just saw Wes Helms tag up on a fly ball to right field last inning and thinking, you know, well,
sure,
you know what, he's trying to get into scoring. He didn't go, but hey, you play 9. Joe Madden says play 9 innings. They're playing 9 innings.
Ben Zobrist pitches a strike at the knees.
That gets Carlos up to 196 with that bunt hit. 3 for 5 tonight.
It's a second bunt hit of the year. Zobrist hits it on the ground right side. Plays at first as Peña goes in sliding at second without a play. And Zobrist is out 4-3. 1 away.
Number 2, B.J. Upton.
B.J. Upton.
Yeah, he's had some good at-bats, too. He's hit the ball hard tonight. And even that last time up, he hit a shot to first base. Right at the first baseman, Sanchez.
A strike on the outer part of the plate. We mentioned last inning, Hensley didn't start pitching until he was 21. He went to junior college in Alvin, Texas, community college now. Wound up eventually at the Lamar University in Beaumont.
Nolan Ryan's town, huh?
Yep. Alvin, Texas. He went to Alvin Community College there.
Got a good curveball.
Pitch inside. 2-1. And he was eventually drafted by the Giants. In fact, he gave up the home run to Barry Bonds that tied Hank Aaron's mark.
I remember. Absolutely remember that.
Ground ball, third, and it goes through Helms. Peña's being waved around, and he will score. Now it's 14-9 as Upton hit the ball on the ground to third, and it went right through Helms.
Well, the ball was hit hard again by BJ, so even though he's only got the one hit tonight, he's hit the ball well. Just got out in front a little bit. Helms, he had the glove down and lifted it up about 2 inches at the last instant. Didn't get a hop that he was anticipating, and Carlos scores.
That's the third error charge to the Marlins tonight. They've all come in the last 2 innings. Take Blaylock. It's outside. Blaylock with a couple of runs batted in. He's 2 for 4. Fouls it back. 1-1.
If nothing nothing else, you make Hensley throw more pitches.
Yeah, and you make him get Leo Nunez.
How about that? Exactly right. That's why Carlos's bunt was a smart move.
Yeah, because you not only play for this game, but you play for tomorrow and the next day.
Exactly. They're going to give you that. His job was to get on base. His job wasn't at a home run. His job was to get on base, and that's exactly what he did. He took what the defense gave him.
Hensley stepping back as Upton retreats to the bag. That's low. 2 balls and a strike.
Did you ever think you'd see Hensley in this game and Nunez up?
No.
Tonight, I didn't. I give the Rays a lot of credit. You got to get your closer up in this game tonight. That is a super job by the Rays offense.
Three and one to count to Blaylock.
Hey, take another base runner. Make sure it's a cookie before you swing. Here, take a walk. Unless it's in your wheelhouse.
Ground ball and to right field. There's a base hit. Upton's going to go to third. Blaylock up with his third straight hit of the ball game. Now it's first and third with 1 out. You know, this was 14-3 at one point.
It's really some kind of comeback. It really, no matter what the end result is, Joe Madden's got to be awfully proud of these guys battling and scrapping. And that was a good at bat. Blaylock did get a nice pitch right down the middle to turn on. Found a hole on the right side.
Now Sean Rodriguez at the plate. Sean got a base hit to extend his hitting streak to 12. The hit came in the 8th. The Rays scored 4. Hensley misses outside, a ball, no strikes.
The other thing this does, this gives you momentum and confidence, and I do believe in momentum going into tomorrow night. Kapler getting ready.
Foul ball. 1-1. Now the pitcher's spot is due next, occupied by Cormier, so Kapler's out on deck. And a wave and a miss. Rodriguez out in front of that extra slow curveball there.
Yeah, it sure was. 69-mile-an-hour curveball. Normally you'd see him in the mid-70s. Not this one. That is nice, nasty. Nice bite to it.
He tries it again, and it bounces away. But kept close enough by Polino. The count is 2-2. That one was 71.
Even BJ, though, at third base, I mean, they're all into the game. And he's reacting as if it's a tie game or the winning run. That's just great stuff to see.
But he's 2-2 count.
Very much engaged in what's going on.
Another breaking ball, and it misses. That takes it full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, his best pitch is that curveball. That's his out pitches. You have the ability and confidence to throw it 3-2, or if you throw a fastball to Sean, you could see a long one.
3-2. Swing and a miss. Do that one a little harder.
Yeah, I think that was more of a slider. But it was actually smart by Hensley, because if you throw a cookie to Sean, I mean, he's hitting the fastball right now. Yeah, that was a slider. It's a smart pitch. Too bad, because it was ball 4.
So 2 outs. Now Kapler will hit for Cormier. Pitch is away.
You know what that pitch did? He gave Sean a different look, because he had seen that overhand curve. 69 to 70 miles an hour. He got a slider.
The count on Gabe Kapler with 2 men on, 2 men out. Kepler takes ball 2. 2-0.
Well, Hensley's thrown 25 pitches.
Kepler takes a strike. 2-1. Kepler bounces it back foul. 2-2. The Marlins struck early with a couple big innings. Put 5 up in the third, 4 in the fourth inning. The 2-2. And Kepler missed the slow curve. That ends the ball game. So the Rays put up a threat in the ninth. They fall short. It's a 14-9 final. Sanchez will get the win. He is 6-3. Shields, the losing pitcher, his record now 5-5. We'll be with you tomorrow. Our coverage begins at 6:30 on Sun Sports in high definition. Matt Garza against Ricky Velasco tomorrow. Now for Kevin Kennedy and Todd Callis, Ryan Anderson as well. This is Dwayne Stats. Hope you've enjoyed the telecast and not the outcome. Again, the final, 14-9. The Marlins defeat the Rays. We'll see you on the postgame.